On to you Taurus out here. So you have the King of Swords, the Hanged One, or the Hanged Man, and then you have the Ace of Pentacles, right? These three cards to start things off. So the situation for you, Taurus, is that a lot of you Taurus right now are being very patient about, yeah. Oh, you're being very patient with the good things that are coming to you. A lot of you Taurus actually have some big plans that you actually really want to do, but you're being patient and you're learning how to actually make sure that you're learning how to actually make sure that like you not only remain patient, but you get it by being patient. You don't want to overload your hands too much. The reason why I'm saying that is because of the King of Swords, being wise, knowing what to do, right? Using your experience to actually get you where it is that you want to go. And then the Hanged Man and the Ace of Pentacles, right? Self-explanatory, self-explanatory, which is you Taurus basically taking your time. You understand that this is a difficult time because you have a lot of different projects and different things that you Taurus really want to do. So this isn't really a time for you Taurus to actually be doing too much and spreading yourself too thin. So as a result, this is more so about how a lot of you Taurus are being very aware of the fact that you can't spend so much time running around out here trying to essentially accomplish so much and just do all these different things, right? And I'm gonna tell you just how it is that I told Leo, which is one thing at a time, right? Accomplish or get over one problem at a time. I don't necessarily suggest you Taurus try to go after a couple of things, because you got a lot of projects. You got this, you have this, you have that, you have this thing going on here. And, you know, in other words, you're trying to date, save money, this, that, and the third. And this is what it is that I say, that in today's world, you can't really save money if you're trying to date, because so many people are so entitled now. You're really going to have to let it be known, hey, you know, you're not really going to be spending money. You know, we're living in a world where people are entitled. One side expects you to pay for everything. If you don't pay for anything of theirs, they really do get upset. Now, mind you, they're adults, but they're getting upset at the fact that they should be carrying their own money. They expect you to pay. Like, it's something that is a part of the culture, even though the culture is dysfunctional. They expect you to pay. You don't even need to have any kind of conversations with them or whatever the case may be, right? For them to automatically think that you're supposed to pay, right? There's this ideology of, oh, well, the one who asks should pay. Hogwash. Because you still want to, because the other person still wants to come on this date. I've said this before and I'm going to say it again. Poor conversational skills, poor communication. The only way that is supposed to be understood, I'm buying everything, is when the person specifically says, I'm buying everything. You want to know how I know that to be true? Because every time somebody has said, hey, I'm going to go ahead and hook you up with this, I've always let them know I ain't got any bread, straight out. And what did the person tell me every time they would pay? They let me be known. They let it be known I'm going to pay. Communication is what you need. If you're not communicating, it's wrong. Not because I'm saying that, but because we keep having these miscommunications because we are awful at this stuff. You trying to go out on a date with in any shape, form, or fashion. You trying to go out on a date with a person, but then you have a side they've been so pampered to the point where they automatically assume that one side is going to pay for everything constantly. And then when the other side doesn't pay for it, they get upset. How you gonna come to a social outing with no money in your pocket? Unless you're not necessarily spending any money. But then if you go, the point that I'm trying to make here is, if a person comes to these social outings, whether it's a date, whether it's a party, whatever it is, and they don't come outside the house with any money in their pocket, whether it's a wallet, whether it's a purse, bag, whatever you want to call it, that, you know what that means? That means that you are not supposed to be obligating other people to pay for you in any shape, form, or fact. There's no exceptions to that, because by you doing that, what you're saying is that you are making the assumption that people are supposed to pay for you. That says something about your mentality. It says that a person who thinks that way, that they could somehow leave the house or leave their residence, wherever you live, with this mentality that somebody should pay this for you, it means that you are entitled. It says that the person is not accustomed to actually handling their own business. They are not responsible. It says that these people, they think like a little one. They think like a minor is what they think like. They have this mentality that people should pay stuff for them for that. This is what I mean. This is why it is that I can't stand it when people do that, because these are ways that we keep running back and forth after each other, the blind leading the blind. We want the situations to change, but we keep it with these nonsensical BS traditions that factually don't bring us any progress. It's about who asks. That's stupid, because one side never asks. So you always end up paying, but then at the same time, you complain that you always got to pay. But who's the one that always asks? Why not we make it normal? Why not we make it a new tradition to say both sides are supposed to automatically come outside the house with some paper? And at the only point in time where one side is not supposed to come outside the house with no paper is when one make it explicitly clear that they're going to pay for everything, and even then still come outside the house with some paper, just because it shows that you don't want people to pay for you. You don't have this sense of entitlement, stinking up the place with this sense of entitlement. That shows good character when a person does stuff like that. It shows that the person is valuable. They're not a leech. They're not a parasite when they come outside the house already really ready to pay, and they understand, I'm going to pay my own way. I'm not going to dare be a parasite to somebody. So what I'm saying is that the Queen of Wands and the Page of Wands now represents how, and since that's the case, right, you need to be truthful and straightforward about how it is that you, Taurus, are handling yours. If you are going to go hang out with somebody and the person is obligating you to pay, that's a dub automatically. Why? Because they're a parasite. Automatically, they are a parasite. You should never accept somebody to look towards you, to automatically assume that they should look towards you to pay for everything, and it's the first time that y'all hung out with one another. The Page of Swords, the Moon, and the Lovers right here represents for you, Taurus. A lot of people going to be mad at the fact that you, Taurus, are out here doing your own thing. But who cares? You know why? Because you, Taurus, already know where it is that you want to go. You know where you want to go in your life. You know what it is that you want to do. You're not just going to go ahead, change up your whole strategy, so to speak, simply because of the fact that you, Taurus, are out here doing your own thing and you living your life, right? And you paying for stuff like this, and because you went ahead and asked this person out, now all of a sudden the person decides, okay, well, you should just pay for everything. Hogwash. So if they get mad, they get mad. I'm not, me personally, I know what it's like taking people out on dates, and that was all the money I had. and I'm trying to save up, and that's all the money that I had. The person's coming outside the house with no purse, no pocketbook, no bag, whatever you wanna call it, right? Whatever, right? And I'm paying for it, and I'm the one that's paying for it, and I'm just saying to myself, yo, this person's counting my pockets. Because I leave, and how I know that the person is counting my pockets and watching it like a hawk, which is real disrespectful and it's disgusting, it's because of the fact that I counted my own pockets too. I was left with $1. I realized that when people wanna use you, they'll leave you with $1 or nothing at all. Because this is how it is that you know that they're counting your pockets. Because they'll ask you for all of these things, but how is it that you left down to $1? Because they counting it. That's why it is that I say it's disgusting. That's why it is I refuse to date in the United States. Why is it that you care so much about how much money I have in my pockets? Stop counting my pockets. A person who counts my pockets is an automatic dub, no exception. I'm not rocking with you. Why? Why you counting my pockets for? You don't have access to it. You ain't gonna get any of it unless I say I want to. So you need to stop paying attention to how much money I have in my pockets, and you need to start paying attention to the person who is sharing the resources with you, as opposed to you counting. Anytime I catch somebody, my dear Taurus, counting my pockets, I'm literally stopping the date. Like, oh, that's what it is that I would do. If I was you, Taurus, I would literally stop the date and be like, okay, this ain't gonna work. I'm gonna go ahead and get up on out of here, but you have yourself a good time in the middle of the day. Why? Stop counting my pockets. Don't ever count my pockets. Don't ever do that. Unless I want to tell you what's up or whatever the case may be, or give you access to it. Goes to show you the greed. It goes to show you the avarice. It goes to show you the covetousness. It goes to show you the entitlement, watching somebody's pocket. Why I'm saying all this is because the nerve of this person to interact with you, Taurus, trying to call themselves going out with you, while at the same time they trying to count your pockets. It's disgusting. The seven of wands, the King of Pentacles, while at the same time, what are they contributing? At the same time, what are they contributing? So that's pretty much it, right? Let me go ahead and clarify some of these cards here. So let me clarify the seven of. Okay, let me go ahead and clarify the 7 of wands. I'm getting notifications on my phone. Like, I would be watching people watching me counting my pockets. It's like, why you counting my pockets, yo? I used to be left with, I ain't even gonna lie, Taurus, I used to be left with $1. And I used to be thinking to myself, how do these people know that I'm down to my last dollar, in fact? And it's like the nerve of these people to ask me for help and at the same time count my pockets while they can't afford a bagel with cream cheese on it. I'm over here on a date looking at the person digging in their purse, and they only came out the house with $5, a Metro card to be able to get back. But you expected me to pay for everything. How I know? Because I'm looking in the person's bag and I'm peeping game, and I'm looking at all the stuff that's in this person's bag. You bought makeup, you bought all this goofy stuff. Yo. So to clarify the 7 of wands, you have the moon, you have the 10 of swords, you have the King of Cups, you have the 3 of swords, and then you, Taurus, have the star card, which represents how you, Taurus, are in a situation where don't ever let anybody shame you if you, Taurus, have other projects going on. Your projects, the thing that's going to bring you some more money, the things that's going to put you in a better position of health. Don't you ever stop that for somebody else. A parasite that wants you to come and spend all your money. They goofy. Don't you, Taurus, ever stop that. That's one of the lessons that I learned myself, because it's so disgusting where a person, yo, I'm on a date. It's so disgusting. A person talking loud in the restaurant. Everybody can't hear. They over talking everybody. You want Chinese food, okay? I'll go ahead and I'll bring you authentically made Chinese dumplings. The Chinese people that I'm go ahead and I'm buying from is cheap, and it's dumplings. Oh, you don't want the dumplings. You don't want the dumplings. You want pork fried rice with chicken wings. You want the high-end stuff. The high-end, more expensive Chinese food. But why? When you have authentically made Chinese food, these Chinese people with their dumplings, right, who have lived in China the majority of their life until they have a legal way to come to America. They've lived here and they brought some of their culture here or whatnot. No, you feel entitled to this, that, and the third. Somebody taking you out, and you got the audacity on top of that to count somebody's pockets. That's why it is. I told you, Taurus, a few seconds ago. Don't you ever stop your projects just because other people now they want to come on in with their goofy sense of entitlement and then think that they're gonna get something from you. The Three of Swords and the Star card represents, even if you got to leave these people on a date, literally in the middle of it, tell them you don't want to hang out with them no more. Get up and walk off if that's the case. Forget about that. Only things that are free. If the person having a problem that you don't want to come out and spend any of your money, you already know what type of person that is. So that's a piece of game for you, Taurus. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Peace.